Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Steven here. I'm in my living room today. I've never really filmed a video with this background, but I hope you like it. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. I make videos every single week, and yeah, subscribe because why not? Anyways, today's video is going to be kind of long. It's basically, you read the title, it's about the time my best friend filed a restraining order on me, and yes, he put a restraining order on me. I know, is that not fucking insane or what? I'm gonna give you a little backstory about our friendship. We were best friends, like everyone knew we were best friends. We would hang out almost kind of all the time, like almost every day. He was like 3 years older than me, but so where does this begin? This is a really long story. I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can, but it's long. It's like, I mean, you don't just get a fucking restraining order on you, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a little lengthy, so bear with me. Basically, this starts at a party. I go to this party with my friends, not him, and we're gonna call him Chad, by the way. So I don't go with Chad because at this point in my life, I'm starting to see who he is, and I just don't really want to be around that. I don't like, you know, fake people. I just don't like it at all. So I was slowly distancing myself away from him, but I'm not just gonna cut someone out of my life completely, you know? So I would just hang out with him a lot less, and we started to not be as close as we were, and I just started to really kind of ignore him and just put him off because, like I said, I just don't want that kind of negativity and like fakeness and disgusting personality in my life. Like, I really could truly see who he was, and people around me were seeing how he was, and I just don't really F with that, you know? So basically, I went to this party with my friends, and I didn't go with him, but he was gonna show up to the party, which I knew he was, but we all went, like a group of maybe 8 of us, and when he got to the party, he was around us a lot, and I was like, dude, like, we didn't come here with you. You're being disgusting. Like, you're embarrassing us. Like, get the F away from us. Like, you're literally in a pink crop top. It wasn't cute. Like, it just wasn't, like, it was so obnoxious. He was being so obnoxious, so disgusting. I was like, dude, what are you doing? And so it's finally the end of the party. During the party, he actually talks to me. He's like, why have you been, like, not texting me? I'm like, the phone works both ways. Like, you can reach out to me. But he got the hint. Like, he knew I was really, like, pushing him away. So, by the way, nothing against the color pink. I love pink, but he literally had a pink crop top on, and it just wasn't a look. Like, this is a look, that wasn't a look. At the end of the party, we're all in front of the house. I'm with the people that I came with, and he's with the people that he came with, and we're trying to, like, get away, like, find our next move, our next plan, but he's not really getting that. He's sticking around us, being so, like, loud, flamboyant, and just, like, obnoxious to, like, my group of friends, and we're like, what the fuck is his problem? And, like, the people we're with that don't know him are like, what is that dude's issue? So I literally, he's like my best friend, you know, like, we're not friends at this point. I just don't really like him that much, but he kind of doesn't really know that, but he probably gets the hint. So I literally say, go home. Like, I keep telling him, go home, like, go home, and I tap his face. Like, literally just, like, pretend slap him. Not pretend slap him, like I slapped him, but it was like a joke. Like, I just tapped his face. Like, I would never purposely hurt my friend. You know, we were still friends at the time, just distant friends. I would never, like, slap you on purpose or, you know, like, do that. You know, you get what I'm saying. I'd, like, pretend slapped him. Like, we had that kind of friendship where we could do that to each other. Like, we were literally best friends. He takes this slap and totally blows it out of proportion. And that night texts me, how could you effing slap me? Like, oh my god, don't ever speak to me again. And I literally respond, are you joking? Because I'm literally in my mind thinking, whoa, like, he must be joking. Like, I tapped his face. There's no way he's, like, actually mad about this. The next day, he then texts me, oh my god, my face is swollen, you're effing crazy, blah, 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 blah. My whole family is telling me my face is slapped. Everyone is saying, not slapped, my face is swollen. And in my mind, and the people that I'm talking to about this are literally like, are you insane? Like, how is your face swollen from a slap? That's just not even possible. Like, it was a tap on your face as a joke. There's no way you're swollen. Like, are you insane? Like, it's just literally not possible. So at this point, I don't reply. I'm so over it. I'm like, okay, you're insane. So he takes that anger out because I didn't reply, and then goes on Twitter He tweets 4 photos of screenshots of notes from his phone of lies about me. Like, literally, when I read this, I was driving and my heart and like literally I felt so disgusted to my stomach. Like, I could not even drive. I had to pull over. Like, people were calling me and texting me like, oh my god, did you see what Chad posted? Did you see like what's happening? Like, what is this? Like, that's how bad it was. Basically what it said was I was a drug addict, alcoholic, I make no money, all I do is use my parents for money. I like just the meanest things that were not true at all. But I could see how people from the outside could see how it's true because it was written so well. He's basically a sociopath and he's very manipulative, and it sounded so true. Basically everyone that knows us personally was saying like, it sounds like he wrote that about himself, and like everyone kind of knew it wasn't true. Not kind of, everyone knew it wasn't true and was like, he wrote that about himself and just put your name on it, which was basically true. Like, everything he said about me was literally, actually, truly, honestly about him, which I found baffling. Like, are you insane? Like, literally at this point I'm like, whoa, this kid's actually insane. So I literally am crying. I'm with my friends. I'm like literally distraught. Like, literally I could not say a word. I had like no motivation. I was literally like a walking zombie. Like, I couldn't believe what was said about me online. This was also posted on Twitter, Instagram, and then he told people on Snapchat to go watch or to go check his other medias so that they could read it about me, and he basically said he was exposing me. It's not really exposing because it wasn't true, but whatever. People believed it, and to be honest, I would have believed it too. That night, we go to another party, and I go with all my same friends. Everyone is kind of like, everyone is in the loop and knows what's happening, and they're kind of like disgusted by his actions. So while we're at this party, I'm having kind of a terrible time, but I wasn't gonna not go. I wasn't gonna let something like that ruin, like, you know, my life. I was still gonna go out with my friends. So we went to this party and he shows up and I start getting text messages, oh my god, Chad's here, oh my god, Chad's here. So I was livid. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, this message, if you, probably one of you have read it, it is so hurtful and so disgusting that my best friend could write that about me from literally one day to the next over a pretend slap. Like, it was, I still cannot believe it. Like, I'm getting a headache thinking about it. Anyways, I see him at the party. I don't go up to him. I really am trying to keep my distance away from him. And my friends and I are sitting in the house, in the kitchen, around a table. Like, we're all sitting together at this house party. And he decides to come over to the table that we're surrounding and sit down. And he's also with 2 random girls that I have never seen. Probably because he was alone, because that's what happens to shitty people. They're usually alone. And you could tell he was frightened. When he came around, he was like very weary about things, and he sat down. I could not believe that he would actually have the balls to come and sit with us. Like, what are you fucking thinking? Like, you just wrote a fucking chapter book about me and posted it on Twitter, and then you want to come sit around us? Like, I couldn't believe this was happening. So out of anger, was this the right thing to do? Not at all. Did I do it? Yes, I did. I walked over to him. I had a drink full in a cup. I don't remember what the drink was. It was just a drink someone gave me, but I basically walked up to him. I said, "You're effing disgusting," and I poured it on him, and I walked out, and I don't really know what happened after that. My friends came with me and we left the house. We were kind of, you know, my friends had my back, so thank God. I love you guys, by the way, if any of my friends are watching this. I love you guys so much. Like, my friends really had my back. If I didn't have my friends with me during this time, I would have been like a wreck. So anyways, we left that party and then we got invited to another party. So all of us call an Uber. We go to this next party. So we're at the next party. I'm having fun. I'm with my friends. He's nowhere to be seen. I'm kind of over the situation. I'm like dancing with my friends, having fun, and it gets to be about like 2, 3 a.m. and people start leaving. So my phone was dead, and the friend that was staying with me, his phone was also dead. By the way, the friend that I was with was Luca. So Denzel, Ricky leave, Licia leaves, and I'm with Luca, and there's another friend of mine at the party, and I asked her if she could please call me an Uber because she was in someone else's Uber, and I told her that I would PayPal her because both of our phones were dead. We literally were kind of stranded. So her being the nice person that she is, she called me an Uber. She told me what kind of car it was. Luca and I are waiting. Ricky and Denzel get in their Uber because they live in the same complex. And this is like the time Luca was moving to LA, so he was staying at my apartment. We're waiting outside of the house. It's like 3 a.m. There's maybe 5 people in front of the house. And out of nowhere, while we're waiting for this Uber, 2 people come running up to us with a giant bucket of Coke. Like literally a giant bucket. Like, I don't mean like a paint bucket or like a mop bucket, like a giant bucket of Coke. They pour it on Luca and I, and I was like fine, like I didn't really deserve it, but I kind of just did the same thing to him, so I didn't really, you know, I was upset, but I was more shocked than upset. But I just felt so bad for Luca because Luca had nothing to do with this whatsoever, and he was wearing a really nice jacket that was expensive and had Coke on it, so I felt so bad. That's what I felt most bad about at this point. I'm like, oh my god, well, why would they do this to you? You have nothing to do with this. So I grab Chad and I start hitting him and hitting him and hitting him, and he starts kicking me, and then his friend gets in it and pushes me off, and they both run off to their car and drive away. So Luca and I are drenched wet, kind of like just shocked that this just happened. We are literally like, oh my god, they waited for us outside of this house with a bucket of Coke. Are you kidding me? Like, what? Like, actually, like, whoa, okay, like, you must really be insane. Thank God one of my friends comes out and he's like, oh my god, what happened? We're leaving. And I'm like, yeah, we were about to leave, but this just happened. And by then our Uber was nowhere to be found. I have no idea where he was. I had no phone. I couldn't do anything. So thank God they gave us a ride. Thank you, James and Kelly. They gave us a ride to my apartment, and that was that night. So all of that is over and done with. In my mind, I think this is over and done with, but it actually isn't over and done with. I want to say maybe 5, 6, maybe a week later, around 6 a.m., maybe 5 a.m., because my mom was awake and she was about to leave to go to work. A police officer is knocking on my door, and my mom opens the door while I'm sleeping and says that I need to go to the door. So my mom says, Steven, come to the door. I'm literally half asleep. I'm literally shaking because there's a cop at my door, and I just woke up, and I'm getting served with a restraining order. A fucking restraining order. I was livid. I was like shocked. I was scared. I was like, are you actually insane? Like, was that necessary? No. Do I look like a harm to you? No. If anything, I probably should have gotten it on him. Like, he's the insane one. So I got the restraining order. I went to court yesterday. It's all over and done with. He didn't show up to court, but he decided to text me a week before court. Literally the longest text message I have ever gotten in my entire life. I had to click it to open it because it was so long. It wasn't even in like my messages. Basically saying, I'm sorry, you were my best friends, like, I'm not gonna get a restraining order on you, like, I was practically crying thinking of our memories, like, literally just a message, just crying, crawling back because he's so alone and so sad and so whatever he is. I don't really care, actually. So I went to court. He didn't show up, obviously, because he knew he was wrong, and like, why would you show up to court? Like, this is literally the most immature fight in the world. Like, you're 20, I'm 17. Is a restraining order really necessary? I can't believe I'm even talking about it, but I just need to make the story time because how could I not tell you guys? Like, this is such an event in my life. And so anyways, the case was dismissed. I no longer have a restraining order on me. That's it. That's pretty much it. And by the way, guys, I'm not making this video to make drama, stir drama. Like, I'm not doing that at all. I'm literally making this video because it's an interesting story, and I put my life online, and I know a lot of you probably would find this entertaining, or I mean, how could I not share it? You know what I mean? It's all over and done with now. I still cannot fathom that he would text me. He literally said, let's go to lunch. Like, I would love to go and get a lunch with you. Like, are you insane? You literally went to the police station to file a report on me, and you think I'm gonna go to lunch with you? Like, are you insane or insane? Like, which one? Like, insane or insane? So yeah, this video is now 18 minutes long. I'm done. That's really it. I just wanted to share with you. It was a very, very, very stressful time in my life, like, while this was all happening. Like, I was so stressed. I was breaking out. Like, I could not believe this was happening. I was like, I'm 17 years old. I don't deserve this. Like, leave me alone. That's the story of the time I got a restraining order on me by my best friend. No longer best friend, obviously. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Follow my Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I love you guys so much. Peace out, stay hot, and I'll see you next week, of course. Bye.